Greetings, this is Skyler Saunders seeing What's Current. Hey, it's a Crash Out Friday. I'm ready to have fun. I'm going to be talking about Jamie Foxx and his stand-up special. So, strap in, put on your seatbelts, get ready for this ride. I already see Texas in here. He's saying go back to Jesus. If only I could go back to Jesus. If only. You couldn't pay me to go back to Jesus. I don't care if you gave me $1 trillion. You can give me trillions of dollars. I'll never go back to Jesus. It's never happening. It's never going to happen. Anyway, so we have this Jamie Foxx special entitled What Had Happened Was ... And for the most part, it's pretty good. It's a pretty good it's a well-produced special. Very well produced. The lighting and the effects and the photography and, just the acoustics, everything seems like it's on point. And of course, he's a believer. He's a Christian. He believes in God. He is with Jesus, and in the world in the earthly realm, not in spiritual realm. Or if you want to go that route, I'm not going to go down that route. But he is a believer. He believes in Jesus. He believes in God. All that is fine. I don't have a problem with that. If he wants to believe, he can believe. That's cool. I'm an atheist. I didn't take that as offense when he was talking about it's all about it's Jesus and God helped me through this, and it just it's just a little distracting to me because it's that weird space where it's like you can be like Steve Harvey said this before. He says, I trip, but I'm still with, like, I'm paraphrasing now, he's still with God. Like he'll still have a nasty tongue. He'll still say, drop the F-bombs and the all the other bombs you can drop, all the other words that are said, and still be one of God's children. Still be saved, still be close to the cross, that's the weird space that people are in, especially within the African American community. You can go out and do all your kinds of dirt and everything like that, and then go to the feet of the Father, go to the throne of mercy, to the throne of grace, and all is forgiven and all is washed away and everything is fine again. Till you do the same thing over again the next week, and you do the same thing over the next week and the next week, and it keeps going down, down, down. Damn, YouTube keeps removing my chats. Well, I see that one, so that it's a good thing I get to see that. Hello, hello, jit me, okay. Seems like a troll to me, but that's fine too. It's a Crash Out fundraiser Friday. I got $160 as my goal. I'm trying to get it down to 0. I want the count to be 0. You see my Cash App already up there. Go to my Cash App, tap in, and you send me something. Yes, Jamie Foxx, yes. Got sick, yes, he got sick. He had blood on the brain, which basically means one of his blood vessels had burst. It was kind of like an aneurysm, but it was more like blood seeping into his brain because of a blood vessel. My name is Boot. Okay, good to go. Make sure you hit my Cash App. The shot, because of the he got sick because of the shot. There's no evidence in that. In the shot I think you're alluding to is the COVID shot, and there's no evidence of that. There's no real hardcore evidence that was the case. But the real case is, the whole main message that I'm sending out is that he's giving up white women. He's not doing anything with any romantic relationships with white women. He's swearing them off. I think that was a joke. I don't think he can stop with the white women. He's in Hollywood. He was just with Katie Holmes for a few years, I think. So I don't believe him when he says he's swearing off YouTube. Excuse me, I'm reading YouTube. When he swears off white women, I don't think it's true. I love me some white women. My first lover was a white woman. They're great. So are black women, so are Hispanic women, so are, yellow women and red women. But the thing is with me is it's just, the white woman was my first inkling of knowing that I was a heterosexual man or a boy at the time. But I was, you know, I knew I was heterosexual when I first saw this young girl named Jennifer. I was like, she's this flower, you know, that has to be guarded. She has to be protected at all costs. So that was what I was thinking about the whole time. So, but Jamie, let's go back to Jamie Foxx. Get off of me. That's funny at times. I'm glad he clapped back at Cat Williams because nobody seems to clap back too hard at Cat Williams. He clapped that back at him pretty hard. He said he sounded like the Wicked Witch of the West. he was saying how he'll say, you know, 4 things that don't make sense and 2 things that do, and didn't end it with sir. You know, like you fill the water to the top of the glass and you can't have no more or something like that. I'm just paraphrasing, but sir, and then like um but he goes in and it's like I said, it's very high production quality, very high, very well thought out. His daughters, you know, his one of his daughters, I think his eldest, introduced him to the crowd, to the audience, and they 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 really took into the idea that he was, you know, he was well again. He's going around the stage doing the walk it out, and you know he's going back and forth, walking across the stage. They say he would be paralyzed. They say he would be you know, forever ridden to a chair. You know, um, very similar to Cassidy. Excuse me, Cassidy. Very similar to Cassidy after he was in a car collision, and they said he could have been brain dead in a chair, but he's sitting in the booth and the skills are still here. So same thing with Jamie. Same, you know, he's got his wits about him. He's, you know, he's playing the piano. He's singing. He's showing like a reel of his greatest hits of his movies on the screen behind him. It's an extraordinary experience. It is, but the thing with me is the crying. It's like I understand, I get it, and there's nothing wrong with a man crying, but to do it in front of an audience, not your own family, not your own relatives and friends. I don't have a problem with men crying in front of their family and friends and people they know, but the thing is when you cry in front of the whole audience of thousands in the immediate audience, and then millions of them at home, it's like, you gotta fall back from that. Texas is saying, yes, YouTube keeps removing my chat because I'm saying that. Why? You're not saying anything wrong, so I don't understand. Jamie needs to worry about him being next with Diddy and Jay-Z. Yeah, facts. That'd be like a double hit. That'd be a double blow, you know, against his whole, you know, existence, you know. So that'd be adding insult to injury, really. But yeah, so he's crying the whole time. He's like, Jesus, Lord God, let me get through this and stuff like that. I'm like, all right. He's a believer. I got you. I understand. He's a believer. So obviously he's gonna, you know, invoke the spirit. I guess you can say, you know, and the mysticism really is what it is. It's not even spiritual. It's mystical. So there's the facts on that. I did like the fact that he had a really great sequence during the special. He had his one of his younger daughters. You couldn't even see her face. She had her hair, you know, like frizzed out, kind of curly. It was like curly and it was like really you know, out and covering her face. But she was just playing the guitar, and he was telling a story about how he was in the hospital, and he was I don't think he was, I think he was totally incapacitated. I don't think he was even awake, but his vital signs were kind of peaking, and they were kind of worried about that. And then they're like, just let his daughter come in, and you know, she's got her guitar and she's ready to play, and so he's laying there, and she's just playing the guitar. she's just strumming the tune, and his vital signs start, you know, dipping low, because they didn't want them to peak. They didn't want them to get too low either, obviously, but they want them to be steady. And so when she's playing the guitar, and you know, he's listening, and the vital signs are all steady. So yeah, some of the parts, like I say, he's swearing off white women. I mean, that's one thing. You know, that's sad. That's sad. I mean, he's a man in a position where white women will throw themselves at him. They will literally, you know, do this, that, and the third for him, just because of his status as a singer, songwriter, actor, producer, all these different titles he has, and all the money he has. He can do it. He can do it. He can get any sexy 9, 10, 11, 12 white woman, you know? But he's swearing off the white woman. I don't really understand. I think he was joking. Like I said, I think it was all a joke. It's all a ruse. It was like it was like he was saying like how Richard Pryor. I'm not really comparing them the two together like that on, you know, in terms of stand up quality, but Richard Pryor was saying like how he had all that pork, you know, and he had a heart attack, you know, and stuff like that, and all the cocaine and everything like that. But I don't think he gave up white women. White women. I think he pulled like 2 or 3 more white women after, you know, he had his attack. So I mean, to give a white woman, man, like what? What are you doing? That's like the, you know. Like I said, I like all women. I've dated most women, you know, except for, you know, yellow women. The closest I came to as a yellow woman was in 8th grade. It didn't go anywhere, but we were really good. We were really tight. We were really cool. But I was really cool with Hispanic woman, young girl, I should say, at that time period. Let me make that clear. She was in my 8th grade class too, so we were really cool. But yeah, so I think this was a very good special. I give it an A minus. I was an A minus just based on production value. The minus comes in the crying and the giving up the white women. You can't cry in front of whole audiences, and you can't give up white women. You just can't. You got to have a white woman in your life at some time in your journey. Sometime in your journey, it's a different vibe. And I'm not saying that white women are better than black women. Like a pimp, like Syphil the pimp. He's no longer with us. He's passed away. He has so much game. That man has so much game. He had game by the pound, like by the pound. But he was explaining how like there are, you know, people in the life, you know, he was talking about pimps, but people in the life, they like to say, you know, their white girl or their snowflake or their snow bunny or their pink toe, you know, they're their bottom B, you know. And really, it's not even about, you know, just the color of their skin. It's the quality of their character. That's what rings true. So it's not just about the white woman. It's about the reflection of the white woman. That's what it really is. It's like, you know, the history of the black man and the white woman, you know, together, and throughout all of human history, and especially in America, from the, you know, start of slavery on up to this point right now, you know, throughout, from everything from O.J. Simpson trial and all that, everything's charged with race and white women and black men being together and stuff like that. It's like it's very strong, you know, how that that idealism really shines through, you know. It's really strong. But I still think he's joking. I think he's gonna get a white woman right now. I don't think he's gonna ever, you know, be like, you know, I'm off white man. He's gonna relapse. He's gonna relapse. He's gonna he's quitting white women cold turkey, and he's gonna, you know, rebound and say, you know what, I like the dark meat on the turkey, but like, let me give you some of that white meat. Let me get some of that white meat. But yeah, so he takes it to a journey. It's very good. It's very well paced. He talks about how he was trying to do his best to allow people to understand that he was well. He was still well. And a lot of people were saying like, oh, he's a clone. He's a clone on the internet. Oh, that's a clone. That's not Jimmy Foxx. It's a clone. And he's like, and he goes to the piano and he sits down and he goes to the mic and he says, to all the people that were saying I was a clone, F you, F you, F you. And he's just dropping the real F bomb. He's saying F you, like F you, like. And that's that thing. That's that weird space where you can be a Christian, but there's like layers and levels where like TD Jakes can't say F you on stage like that, but he can have people in his congregation that can. See, that's the shepherd and the flock, I guess, thing. Like the flock can go off and, go astray, but the shepherd, keeps them in line and keeps them, from getting in danger. So it just struck me. It just strikes me as interesting how Christians get down, because it's the same thing with me when I was a Christian. I used to watch The Sopranos. I used to watch Hose Up, Pimps Down, Pimps Up, Hose Down. Excuse me. Let me slow that down. Pimps Up, Hose Down on HBO. I used to watch all kinds of HBO shows that had way beyond my years. Very very adult content. And I was just so enamored by all these different people, and it just was a strange kind of way of seeing that. And then all that had taken place during the week. Then on Sunday morning, I'm in Sunday school. I'm in my church outfit. I got my shirt and tie, my suit on, and I'm taking everything that's going on to the pastor, getting his word from on from his word on high. So I think it is so crucial to really understand the reality of his illness and how he bounced back like a Super Bowl. It seems like he has off. I mean, it seems that's what it seems like. He could be just playing. He could just be putting a good front up for an hour, but he probably still has headaches. Probably still has trouble walking sometimes, I'm sure. But for the special, he looked like he was in tip top shape. He looked like he was doing his thing. Looked like he was all together. It just got me when he was just crying. I'm like, why are you crying? Don't be crying like this, man. You can't just you gotta have you have to have the stand up. Like I said, it's okay to cry. Nothing wrong with a man crying. But if it depends on if you're in front of your friends and family, or if you're by yourself or something like that. Those are the places where you cry. You don't cry in front of the entire world. You can't you can't show your emotions like that. You can't show those kind of emotions. You can show your laughing emotion, your ability to relate a story. That's fine. That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But it just got to a point where I was just like, God damn, come on, damn, is he really just crying this much? And he's like, oh, Lord, help me through this. Help me, Jesus, get me. I'm just like, and like I said, he's a Christian man. That's not my problem. I have no problem with that, being the case, even with myself being an atheist. I have no problem with people having belief, because I have belief. I had belief for 16 years, from 3 years old to 19 years old. So I know the scriptures, I know the parts. I stopped at the begats in the Bible. I was like, okay, this is getting a little bit too much, all these begats, and I couldn't finish it. But I'm gonna pick it up one day, and I'm gonna read the hateful scrolls of the New King James version first, and then probably read the international version and other versions as well. But okay, I'll get off straight. Um, so Jamie Foxx, he's joking. He's telling different things. It's them white girls. It's them white girls. And that obviously has to be a joke, because it's like there's no correlation. There's no correlation between white women and a blood on the brain. So he's got to be joking. I know he's not telling like the serious side of it. He's just saying, oh, I'm with them white girls. I get down with them white women. I get down with them. So This is how I portray it. So this is just gonna be a short little review, not too long. I just want to show you something, give you some time to reflect on this special. This is a very well put together special. Excuse me for adjusting. Rick James, okay. Salute to you, sir, and salute to the great Jamie Foxx, amazing rapper, great actor, and a force to be reckoned with in the entertainment industry. Fact. Thank you, Mr. Rick James. Rick James is a great man. All right, so Jamie Foxx has a way about him that I think is completely. I just think he's a great performer. He's a great entertainer. He's one of the best entertainers ever of all time. One of the best entertainers of all time. And this is the thing too, because this is interesting coming out of In Living Color. You got Jim Carrey, Jennifer Lopez. You got Damon Wayans. You got all the Wayans siblings. I'm not gonna name all the Wayans. You got Pete Dave. Not Pete. What's his name? Hold on. I'm saying his name wrong. Tommy Davidson. You got Jamie Foxx. And especially those three: Jim Carrey, Jennifer Lopez, and Jamie Foxx. They came into superstardom. They were stars. The Wayans brothers and everything. They're stars. But Jamie Foxx, Jennifer Lopez, and Jamie Foxx went into superstardom. Okay, there's a different tiers in the star system. Rick James says he's the modern day Richard Petrie, not Pryor. Okay, Jim Carrey thought he was black and then Living Color. Maybe he was, maybe he did, maybe he did feel that some type of way. But yeah, so I think that would be very, very good for him to very good for Jamie Foxx to just reflect on the fact that he came from like that far from Wanda, the woman. He put on a dress. He was a black man that put on a dress. I always say about those are interesting times. Those are very. Today's his birthday. I just noticed that. It's his birthday today, December 13th, 1967. He's 57 years old. This is great timing. This is perfect time. This is perfect timing. Okay, it's absolutely wonderful timing. I didn't do anything besides just research and do the necessary things. Okay, all right, okay. How's my impression? He does an impression too. Jamie Foxx stole the show. He never went to Diddy party. Whoa, let's slow that down. Slow that down. I think he did go to Diddy party. I'm pretty sure he went to Diddy parties. See, yeah, it's even so. Jamie Foxx delivers ruthless revelation on Diddy parties attendance. Jamie Foxx jokes that he left Diddy's parties early in his new comedy special. Everybody's saying that. Oh yeah, I left early. I didn't stick around. I didn't stay around for that. I don't know what happened after that. I left. It was 3 o'clock in the morning, and at 3:01, I was gone. Like, okay, I'll take your word for it, but I don't believe you. You need more people. But Diddy. Excuse me, Jamie, not Diddy. Excuse me, Jamie. Jamie put on a show. He put on an elaborate show. He involved his daughters in it. That's one of the things that I was saying in the special. They had like a vital signs in the background in blue on the screens, and they were like really high. They were really high, and then the daughter starts playing her guitar. And then they kind of slow down. They get leveled out, and they're normal. That was cool. I thought that was really cool. That was a really cool thing that he did. The biggest shock of the Diddy situation is that Diddy is honey. Yeah, that's my favorite one. That's mine. That's the yay. Yeah. Mr. George starts turning and says, hey, whoever, hey, blank name, hey, girl. And then he has a toot toot, hey, a beep beep. And that comes from, what's her name? I can't think of her name. Toot toot. Donna Summer. Bad Girls. Yeah, Donna Summer. So this is perfect timing. I was gonna do a show yesterday on Jamie Foxx, but I switched it up. But yeah. So this is very vital. This is very important. This is very to the point. Jamie proved with this special that we didn't need Will Smith. Ooh. Now Jamie Foxx and Will Smith they were in Ali together. That's right. They were in Ali. Jamie Foxx was like the trainer, and Will Smith was he was Ali. I'm not thinking about he was Muhammad Ali. So this is the thing though. This is what's interesting to me with stars. Okay, with their weird space. Okay, you have people, everyone from not Jamie. Goddamn. Oh my God. I need to slow down. I'm doing too much. So Michael J. Fox, not Jamie Foxx. Just one X. And that's not his real name. Jamie Foxx's real name is Eric Bishop. And but this is the weird thing about, the different diseases and syndromes and things like that happen in Hollywood. It's like, why are they only focused on their specific disease? This is coming from the late, great Patrice O'Neal. Why are you selfish? And I'm a fan of selfishness. I'm for selfishness. I'm completely selfish. I'm a selfish individual. But people that would not claim to be selfish are, in fact, showing signs of selfishness. This is what Ayn Rand called a selfishness without a self, and the philosophy of who needs it. She says, it's only because of me. It's only good because I did it. It's only good because of me. It's like you're being selfish, but you're not being selfish to the sense of you earning it or you being in position of saying that you have the ability to carry on with it because of you, because you can carry on with it because you earned it in a certain way. So anyway, Michael J. Fox, he does his, campaigns for Parkinson's. And I think, let me see, Christina Applegate, hold on. I think she has, let me see what she has. She had breast cancer. That was also taken away. But now she has multiple sclerosis and she walks with a cane. And so of course she's, philanthropy is about, of course, it's got to be stand up to cancer. It's because she had cancer, and research for I think mostly it was about cancer. But I'm sure she's gonna one day talk about multiple sclerosis. My point is, like Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx had blood on the brain. He's probably going to tell people to watch your sugar, watch your intake on certain foods and fried foods and different things like that, and make sure you're exercising and stuff like that, because that mitigates the possibility of having an event that he survived and thrive and continued to thrive afterwards. He would say it's because of Jesus. He would say it's because of God. He didn't think the doctors so much. He said they were cool, the doctors were cool and everything, but he was saying it was mainly his Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ, Jesus of Nazareth, saying all that. And that's cool. That's cool if you want to be that way, but it's just not reality. He's a white man in America. I have no sympathy for Michael J. Fox. He's a white man in America. He's already saying don't eat microwave foods. I think he said that. I'm pretty sure he said that. I'm not sure if you're just saying bovine uh, fertilizer, but yeah. So she has multiple sclerosis. So that's the thing, though. I'm not just picking on Michael J. Fox and Christina Applegate. There's so many other ones. It's all Hollywood that whoever has some kind of malady, some kind of sickness or illness, oh, I got to start a philanthropy. It's got to be, and that's good, and I like that. That's great, but they don't understand how selfish that really is. They're thinking they're being selfless. They're being sacrificial. They're being altruistic. And in reality, they're being very egoistic and they're being very selfish and very, aggressive and arrogant in a sense. Because they're not, why doesn't Michael J. Fox represent for breast cancer? Men get breast cancer too. He's promoting for Parkinson's. Why do you have to have your disease? And same thing with Montel Williams. He represents for multiple sclerosis too, like Christina Applegate has. Why doesn't he, go for brain cancer? Why doesn't he go for, HIV/AIDS? Like Elton John. Elton John has a foundation for AIDS. Is it because he's a homosexual? Is it because he's gay? Is that the reason why? Excuse me. Sorry for rocking. I had to get something. All right, so it just kind of just unnerves me, but I don't want to get too far away from the special. The special was very good. It had everything put together. YouTube subscriber Jimmy Fox gives up white pussy. Elton John is human sexual, sir. Do you mean homosexual? Not human sexual? And he lost his sight, so he's gonna have to go. Oh, for people that losing their sight, I have to go for them too because I lost my sight in both eyes now. It was just one eye. I think his right eye. He had trouble with, but both eyes he's nearly blind, if not completely blind right now. So he has to make a foundation. He's got to have an initiative. He's got to call for the people that are blind. Why not the people that can't walk? What about the people that have spinal injuries? I'm just saying, just based on their character, on their roles, on how they would. Oh, I'm not selfish. I'm not all about myself. I'm not thinking about myself. Well, you kind of are if you're thinking about making a foundation for you're somebody else. For your own cause. You have MS. You have breast cancer. You have AIDS. You have HIV. You have all these different things. And it's like, well, what about the next disease? I think there's over 10,000 different ailments in existence, and just the human, existence. There's 10,000. I think there could be more. But at least I think I checked it one time and said it was 10,000 different maladies that exist in the human gene pool. So it's just amazing to me. But like I said, I got off the track a little bit, but I just wanted to make that known. I just wanted to make that clear. That connection that is formed with Jesus and God, and I can cuss, I can carry on, I can say all this, I can say F you, I can say all that, but some people can't say that, and some people can. Like the shepherds cannot. Shepherds are do not. Did I know? Maybe there's some radical church somewhere in in Colorado or something, or in Oregon, and and there's a preacher that says like, we got the MF and turn your MF and Bibles to Psalms 23 and then we're going to read the 24. Like there could be. I don't know if that's possible. I don't know, but it just strikes me as curious. when he's one moment he's cussing and carrying on, and then the next moment he's crying. God and y'all and Atlanta helped me. Atlanta brought me back to life, and it's like, and that's another thing too. He's not really even thanking God like that. He's there's really, few moments where he thanks God. He doesn't. He says, "God, get me through this," and "God, help me." But for the most part, he says, Atlanta, y'all help me. All the people, y'all help me. You don't know how good this feels, you know. And he's going back and forth, and he's walking on the stage with look like some boots that cost probably $2,000, and a leather kind of tan suit, not suit, but a shirt and pants probably cost $10,000 or something like that. I mean, let's not kid each other. Let's not kid each other. Let's not kid each other. So that's the power of Jamie Foxx, though, I guess. Jamie Foxx is able to, make you laugh, make you think. That's one of the best things. That's one of the best things about comedians. When you don't even, it's not even about you being able to think. It's that they're showing you that they are thinking. That's what the late great George Carlin said. He said it's not that saying, "Oh, you make people think." No, it's like, no, I'm showing people that I'm thinking. That's the difference. That's the difference. That's the thing with stand-up comedy. But this doesn't even seem like a stand-up comedy show. This wasn't like joke after joke after joke after joke. It was like, let me explain to y'all what happened. Let me explain to y'all what occurred. Let me break all that down, as swiftly and with as much, verve and, grace and power as much as I can. Let me see if that's at all possible. Let me break that down. So that's the power of that. That's the power of that. I enjoyed it, actually. I enjoyed it. Jamie Foxx will go down as a genius like Robin Williams and Richard Pryor. You know what? You're not far off. I don't think Robin Williams or Richard Pryor were, out of the race for genius. Robin Williams was a great actor. He had great acting. He could play comedic roles. He could play dramatic roles with equal aplomb. Just equal ease and coolness. Just slip right into the character. Bam, he's going on. His problem was, not the late great Robin Williams, was the fact that he had allegedly stole jokes, and that might have contributed to his demise. He was probably guilty on that because he did in fact steal jokes. There's evidence out there that he still stole jokes. Which is ironic in every sense of the way, because he's so creative and you wouldn't expect him to lift anybody's material. So that was weird. But Richard Pryor is definitely a genius. Robin Williams is definitely a genius. Jamie Foxx is probably a genius. Maybe I could say even definitely a genius. He can play comedic roles. He can play dramatic roles. He can do singing. He can do light rapping. He can play the piano. He can do. He's multifaceted, multi-talented man. So you're not far off, Mr. Rick James. Not far off. Not far off at all. So it was blood on the brain and a stroke. So he's probably going to hit the road one day a week, one day a week, or at least sometime. He's gonna talk about strokes and having the best diets and exercise programs and all that, to satisfy people, saying that he's not completely selfish. Oh, he's thinking about people that had strokes. That's nice. And he never molested anyone. Well, let's slow that down. We don't know. I mean, that's alleged. He's been married for over 20 years, I think. You talking about Jamie Foxx? I don't think he's been. Has he ever been married? Corinne Foxx. That was who introduced her. She's 30 years old. She's very attractive. And she's married. He walked his daughter down the aisle despite his health challenges, it says on Wikipedia. But let's get back to the white women. The white women, the white women. It's a joke, but it's like everything has truth and jest. That's what we have to deal with. Truth and jest. He's saying that he's, swearing off white girls, or white women, I should say. Not, we say girls in a shorthand. The white women. He's very used to that. He's used to white. The white woman is a plain as okay. Now you're off of it, Rick James. White woman is goddess, the key to the universe, the salt of the earth. But they can be demoted at any time. That's possible. Just like what Civil the Pimp said, Keep a white girl in your stable. She doesn't have to be the bottom though. She doesn't have to be the bottom. She could just be in the stable. Most peas, as he would say, most peas put their white girl as their bottom when she's probably not going to even make that much. She might be making $1,500, maybe $2,000 a night. But there's black and Hispanic women, they're pulling out $3,000, $5,000 a night. So just because she's white doesn't make it right. Didn't mean to rhyme there, but it did. But yeah. So it's a real shame. It's a real shame that he even alleged that he even suggested it. That's the sad part, that he would even suggest that he be off of white women, or no longer be in a personal romantic relationship with a white woman. So he is he had a different tone, I think, than he usually does. It was funny, and it was comedic, and it was like ha ha he he. But like I said, he was mired down in the mysticism. I have to reiterate, I'm an atheist, but I'm okay with it because it's their preference, it's their life, it's not my life. I can go to church, I can go to synagogue, I can go to mosque. I get nothing in mystical terms. I can get only the teachings, because the teachings are the Proverbs, the Psalms, the Hadith, things like that, the portions of the Torah, and the Bible, of course. They all have teachings within it, because it's obviously human beings. It's not like it's God. It's like that's what the Proverbs is about. Different, and the first 3 books of the Bible, I think, and then later on, like Deuteronomy and Lamentations, and different things like that. Numbers. I can go on and on, but especially Deuteronomy and that's Nehemiah. Different books like that. That's what's so powerful. So I think that's the greatness of Mr. Foxx. Mr. Foxx, this was an excellent produced work. This is an excellent produced work. I give it an A-. A- because of the crying and the suggestion that he never go out with a white woman again. That kind of hit me. I was like, really? I was like, oh damn. He's in a position to be with top-notch white women. Okay, not 4s and 5s, not even 7s and 8s, but 9s and 10s, and taking it up to 11. The Jamie Foxx show was better than Fresh Prince. Okay, now you are really on the dust. It's okay. It's okay, Rick James. You're on the dust. the Jamie Foxx show was not better than Fresh Prince. I can categorically disclaim whatever you just said. You must be on angel dust right now. You're on PCP. You're on the water. Something good to you. So, I think with I think with Jamie Foxx doing so much work, he had had the ability to be a staunch supporter of people who have had strokes. And he's probably, I'm sure, in the next few years, he's going to come out with some kind of initiative or some kind of program, some kind of philanthropic system that he's going to show that, look, I had a stroke. You had a stroke too. We're in the same boat. Look what I did. I bounced back. But some people's face is like, drooping. Some people can't walk. Some people can't use their arms. Some people like that in different, phases of the disorder. But I'm not sure if he'll be doing it because he's like, and that's what's weird about the special. He's like, he's doing the walk it out. He's walking it out, and he's walking across the stage and stuff. Is that mockery? Or would somebody with a stroke say, "Go ahead and do your things"? Aubrey Plaza from Wilmington, Delaware. She had a stroke at 20 years old, so she's in what I can see in the public face. She's in good condition. She's able to speak and walk and talk and act and be able to live it. So I just think it's amazing how the human body works in that way. He was dating Ashley Tisdale for a while there. Where do you find that information? I'm gonna look that up. I'm not finding Jamie Foxx and Ashley Tisdale. I don't see that, Rick James. You must be really on that water. You're on the dust. You're on the dust. You're definitely on the dust. You're on the dust. So the special though, I mean, it was remarkable. I mean, it was remarkable. Like I said, the production value was excellent, just very great. And his stage performance, he's a great performer on stage. He knows the timing. He has great timing. He knows when to say this. He knows when to do that. He knew how to cry. He knew how to say this. He was crying most of the time. But overall, like I said, it's an A- because it just coalesced, and it was great that he was able to tell the story himself. Instead of saying like team, he even said the TMZ, like and like Jamie Foxx is saying like he had the voice and everything. So it was great that he was able to do it because it was kind of reminding me of Richard Pryor's special when he was talking about how he got burned up because of he's literally trying to commit suicide. He dumped alcohol. What was it, like vodka or something like that? And he lit a match and went up in flames. Second and third degree burns all over, for a greater percentage of his body. And he had everything was. He was in the hospital. He was in bandages, and his whole face was bandaged. All his mouth was covered. Everything was like that. Everything was just completely around with bandages. And he was looking at the TV, and they're like, Richard Pryor dies today. And he's like, so that was like a weird kind of situation when you see somebody on the TV screen say you're dead, and you're in the hospital room, and you're hanging on, you're hanging by a thread, but you're still hanging by a thread. So that's always, you know, a challenge to get through. But like I said, I'm glad that Jamie Foxx was able to tell his side of the story, tell his full truth, tell what happened, tell, you know, with intimate details. I thought that was powerful. Just the crying thing, the white women and the crying just really irked me, you know, because it's like, do that in private, do that in front of your family and friends, do that, you know, in your alone time, something like that. I don't have a problem with that. A man should cry. Every man should cry, just not in front of the entire world. The entire world saw him crying. Like, come on, man. You can do better than that. I mean, come on. What's going on right now? So, it it opened up a few, you know, doors, I think, for his daughters, especially Corinne Foxx. She's an actress, and I think she might be a singer too. Let me see, Corinne Foxx, which is weird because it's really Bishop. That's funny. So her name legally is Foxx. That's weird. It's not Bishop. His name is Eric Bishop. Hmm. She's an actress. Yeah, she's an actress and a singer. Yeah, she is. So that's Connie Foxx. She's very attractive. She's very married. I understand. See, I do like, you know, she looks like he was with a white woman. I don't know who her mother is. I'm trying to find out. Connie Klein. Who is Connie Klein? Connie Klein. That sounds very white. Connie Klein. Yes, she's a white woman. And she's pretty thick. She's a thick white woman. Jamie Foxx's daughter. That's interesting. Annalise. Annalise is the one with the long hair, and she's interracial too. She's biracial. She's biracial. So very powerful. Who is this? Christopher Perkins. Keep doing what real premium urban media news work daily. Christopher Perkins, as long as you keep sending in cash apps, that'd be great. You keep sending in those cash apps, I'll do this every day. Of course, we have a troll who is using a different language. I have no idea how to translate that. That's fine. Corinne Foxx is 30. And Annalise Bishop is 16. Okay, I can't talk to her about her too much. I'm only going to say she played the guitar. Yeah. So this, I don't. What is it going? The genes? Is it? What is this? What is the Jamie Foxx gene? What is this? This outpouring of abilities, singers and songwriters and actresses and actors, and what is this secret sauce that the Bishop bloodline has? What is going on? They have complete talent. So it is It's a beautiful thing to witness. I have to say that it is very entertaining. And that's one of the things you have to do. He can entertain and he can also enlighten. He can entertain and enlighten. Jamie Foxx. I have to give him that much credit. He can entertain and enlighten. The only thing is, like I said, the crying. Why are you tearing up during a special? This is like a celebration right now of the fact that you of medical care, of medical science, you know, and the ability to heal through music and through comedy. You know, that these are human, institutions. These are human creations that we've had over the years. So we have to take all that into account. We have to take that into a serious way of looking at things. We have to be very diligent in our way of discovering what it means to be an actual human being. That's what's so enlightening, I think, and part of this special. So during near the end, when he's about to go on to the piano, and he says that F you part was like, what's going on? He's first the earlier part of the show was like, God is good, and then the whole crowd says all the time, and he says all the time, and the crowd says God is good, and it's like, then he gets to behind the piano, 30 minutes later, 34, 35 minutes later, and he gets you on the piano, F you, F you, F you, like, it's that clash, it's that weird clash, it's that weird space where people that are believers can completely be, use, foul language and stuff like that, and no one even bats an eye, because it's like, oh, well, all he's got to do is say 4 Hail Marys and, do the sign of the cross, and, he's free to go. That's all. I mean, that's in certain circumstances, but, other people will say, Methodist and Baptist churches just pray, pray the swears away, That's just the weird part about all this. But like I said, it was very well produced, very excellent production value, excellent flow. It was great flow. It wasn't like what is that? And if you could just get back to the seriousness of white women, the seriousness of the white woman, that's all I'm asking him to do. Be serious in his way, because he couldn't be joking. He said, I gotta give up them white girls. Look what those white girls produced. What those white women produced. His daughters. So, or that white woman. It might be. I think it was either 1 or 2. I'm not sure who the mother is. So that was extraordinary. So with his ability behind the piano and his ability on the microphone, he championed a whole new way of saying, I'm back, I'm here, I'm ready to work, I want to do whatever I can. He's most likely going to help out stroke victims. He's going to show up at different appearances, most likely. He's going to, always be on the vanguard for people that have strokes. And like I said, to have better diets and have greater workout plans and stuff like that. So we have to really focus on that and say how selfish and great and virtuous that really is. So I'd like to thank everybody that came through here. Thank you for listening to my review. My review, I give what had happened was an A-. So salute to you all. I will see you sometime tomorrow, and take care. 30.